I didn't actually wash the jacket before I brought it back here. People ask how was Dakar? It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it'd be, but it's no joke. It's a serious race, and more than anything, it's the law of averages. You have to not make a mistake for a really long time through a lot of varied circumstances.
So I choose Klim gear because I think it functions and performs better than anything else in the market that I've tried. In the Dakar Rally, we saw an unbelievable range of conditions from below freezing to over 120 degrees. I wore Dakar pants. Every morning it was cool. I could zip up the vent on the pant. In the afternoon when it was so hot, I would be able to unzip it and get a really good amount of ventilation. In the Dakar Rally, I wore the Adventure Rally jacket. First, it has incredible ventilation. Second of all, it meant I had one layer that did everything. I had my hydration, I had my tools and all of my papers and passport and documents. I had my food all in the jacket, so there was very little that I had to pay attention to every morning. And last, I think it's a really durable and safe piece. I've crashed in it before, it's held up great, and it's protected me really well. That one piece filled all of my needs and meant that when we pulled into a gas stop, I could just unzip the front, hang it on the front of the bike, and I was in shirt sleeves where everybody else in the race had to stay in their gear because they couldn't get it off and on quick enough. So the bike I raced is a relatively stock KTM 450 EXC. We put a big Acerbis tank on the front. We put on a few hop-up parts, but by and large the motor was stock. And then some friends and I made in the garage a navigation tower fairing that integrates with the tank, and that worked perfectly over the course of the race. The Dakar calls for some very specific changes to the bike. You need to be able to go 250 kilometers, which is 160 miles, without refueling. In really soft sand, that takes a lot of gas to do, and so we had about 7.5 gallons aboard. In addition, the course is not marked, so you have to use a road book, sort of a paper scroll. There's a GPS on the bike that's provided by the organization. The GPS is for their benefit, not for yours. As far as maintenance goes, it was amazing how little we did. Every night we put in oil in an oil filter. I ran an oil cooler on the race bike so it had a little bit more capacity than stock. We put in an air filter, but in essence, we did very little. The motor held up great to the trials of the race. We put 110 engine hours on over the course of 2 weeks. And that's an amazing service to put the engine through, and it held up to it great. So Dakar is a pretty unique challenge in terms of the support necessary to get there. And what was amazing to me is how many people stepped up and tried to help out. You can see some names on the tank of people, and there's more on the other side, but hundreds of people all over the world heard what I was doing, were really excited and passionate about sharing in the adventure, and made it possible for me to go, and I can't thank them enough. Klim was a big part of that, and so were some of the other companies there on the tank. And so was Jonah Street's rally team, Rally Pan America. I got support from them and went out of the same truck as Jonah, and the whole experience was really an effort in sharing, both in sharing the good moments and in sharing the bad ones, and it just couldn't have been any better.